Thank you very much, Vice Chairwoman Alex Rooker. I love the sound of that. Vice Chairwoman Alex Rooker. Thank you. Hello, Democrats. First of all, please let me take an opportunity to thank you so much for your support of my reelection to the State Board of Equalization last November. You have been with me since day one, and I do not forget my roots. I am from the grassroots, and this is what this party is about. Thank you so much. 12 days ago, I joined many of you in filing tax returns and paying our income taxes. But where was General Electric on tax day? Where were the CEOs of our richest corporations? You know how I love working with numbers. So allow me to share some important ones with you right now. These numbers are important because they speak to why we as Democrats have to fight harder now more than ever for the working women and men, and more so today, women and men out of work and our families. Here's the reality. California lost 1.3 million jobs during this recession, and we know we are not going to see 1.3 million new jobs being created. Taxpayers foot the bill for the largest corporate bailout by the federal government to the financial services sector to the tune of $750 billion, 5 times more than the entire budget for the state of California. Another, the Bush tax cuts for the wealthy. A household earning between $500,000 and $1 million gets an average $25,000 tax break. That's more than many working Californians make in a year. A household making $1 million gets more than $130,000 in tax breaks. And families earning between $50,000 and $75,000, you know what they get? You know what they get? A little over $2,000 on average. The cost of these tax breaks for the richest Americans this fiscal year, $42 billion. The value of the federal budget cuts affecting poor Americans, $38 billion. How can we sustain this economy, our government, and our society when the economic recovery is defined by the banking executives who should have been fired, now making more money than ever, while the earnings for most Americans have remained stagnant, lost purchasing power, or simply disappeared? And let's not forget about the reality of the cost of war. Californians this year, taxpayers in California this year alone, will spend $13.6 billion on the senseless war in Afghanistan and $8.2 billion on the war in Iraq. $21.8 billion that the federal government can send back to California to solve our budget crisis already. So I ask of you, Democrats, when are we going to wrestle our economy back, our government back, and make greedy corporations and billionaires and millionaires pay their fair share? I can't hear you. When are we going to take back our economy and our government for working Americans? And yes, we know the reality. Here's the other reality. We will be outspent by those who continue to attack the values of this Democratic Party. But we have shown time and time again, Democrats can and will prevail. Please join me and make a monthly pledge to Dem 2012. This is my plug. I have made the pledge. It takes as little as $5 a month. This party is about the grassroots, and when the grassroots of this party flexes its muscle, we are able to get progressive candidates elected, our volunteers with their feet on the ground walking precincts, our callers burning the phone banks on the telephone lines. And Democrats, we can celebrate in those victories because we know we can prevail. We did it beating back Meg Whitman and her $128 million campaign for governor. We did it by re-electing Barbara Boxer to the United States Senate against a campaign of lies and smears. We did it by approving majority vote for the legislature to pass a budget. And we did it by wearing down big oil in their fruitless attempt to repeal AB 32. So I ask you again, are we ready to take back our economy and our government and end the assault on working women and men and poor Americans? Are we ready? Yes. Are we fired up? Yes. Let's get to work. Thank you very much.